Nestled in the heart of the Congo River Basin lies Lake Nzadi, a shimmering body of water whose beauty conceals a haunting secret. The villagers of Kalelo, who lived on its shores, often told chilling tales of the Crocodile Bride, a woman of otherworldly beauty who appeared during the full moon. Clad in silver robes that glistened like the lake's surface, she would lure young men with her enchanting voice, only for them to vanish beneath the water, never to be seen again. It was said that she was once a bride who had been betrayed by her husband on her wedding day, thrown into the lake by jealous rivals. The lake spirits took pity on her and transformed her into a guardian of its depths. But her pain turned to vengeance, and she became a creature that was neither fully human nor beast, a crocodile bride, part woman, part reptile. When Amadi, a courageous fisherman, lost his brother to the Crocodile Bride, he vowed to confront her and end her reign of terror. With his fishing net, a carved talisman from the village shaman, and the love for his brother driving him, Amadi set out under the full moon to face the monster of Lake Nzadi. The villagers watched in fearful silence as Amadi rowed his small wooden boat toward the center of Lake Nzadi. The waters were eerily calm, and the only sound was the rhythmic splash of his oars cutting through the lake's surface. As the moon rose higher, a haunting melody began to drift across the water. It was a song unlike anything Amadi had ever heard, both sorrowful and mesmerizing. His grip on the oars tightened as he saw her emerge from the depths. The Crocodile Bride stood waist-deep in the water, her silver robes glistening and her hair flowing like dark rivers. Her eyes, glowing faintly green, locked onto his. "Amadi," she said, her voice like the whisper of the wind, "why do you come to my lake? Do you wish to join your brother?" Amadi steadied himself. "I come to free my brother's soul and end your curse, bride of the lake. Your vengeance has claimed too many lives." She smiled, but there was no warmth in it. "Then come closer, and we shall see if your heart is as strong as your words." As Amadi approached, the Crocodile Bride's enchanting beauty began to change. Her silver robes melted into shimmering scales, her arms elongated into clawed limbs, and her lower body twisted into the powerful tail of a crocodile. Her once human face morphed into a terrifying hybrid, with sharp teeth glinting in the moonlight. Amadi froze as she lunged toward his boat, capsizing it with a single sweep of her tail. He plunged into the cold waters, clutching the talisman tightly. Beneath the surface, he saw her circling him, her movements both graceful and deadly. She spoke, her voice echoing in his mind. "Do you see now what they turned me into? Betrayal and pain shaped this form. What can a mortal like you hope to achieve against me?" Amadi closed his eyes, focusing on the talisman in his hand. The shaman had told him it would protect him from her illusions. As it began to glow, the Crocodile Bride let out a piercing scream and recoiled, giving him a moment to swim to the surface and back to his overturned boat. Climbing onto his capsized boat, Amadi faced the Crocodile Bride, now glaring at him from the water's surface. "You claim vengeance for betrayal," he shouted. "Tell me your story so I may understand." For a moment, her monstrous features softened. The moonlight shimmered on the lake as she began to speak. "Long ago I was a bride, loved by the people and cherished by my betrothed. But envy grew among my rivals. On my wedding day, they conspired against me. They dragged me to this lake and threw me into its depths, where I would have perished had the spirits not saved me." She looked at her scaled hands. "But their gift was also a curse. I became the lake's guardian, bound to its waters and driven by a hunger for vengeance. Every soul I claimed fed my sorrow, but it never filled the void." Amadi felt a pang of pity. "Your pain is great, but this is not justice. Let me help you find peace." Her laughter was bitter. "You cannot undo what has been done. Only one act can break my curse, and no mortal would dare attempt it." "What act can end this?" Nzadi asked, his voice steady. The crocodile bride hesitated, her glowing eyes dimming. "You must offer yourself to the lake in place of all the souls I have taken. Only then will the spirits be satisfied and my curse lifted." Nzadi's heart raced. To save his brother and the countless others, he would have to sacrifice his own life. He looked at the talisman in his hand, its glow fading, and then at the crocodile bride, whose fiery rage seemed to have given way to sorrow. "I will do it," he said, stepping into the water, "but only if you promise to release my brother and the others you've taken." She stared at him, stunned. "You would give your life for theirs? Few have such courage.